Welcome to Bible in a Year with Scott Purcell. I'm so glad you're joining me. This is a daily reading of portions of the Bible, following a plan that will include the entire Bible in a year. And now, let's open the book and begin our readings. This is the reading for day 24. If your reading is aligned with the calendar year, this is for January 24th. The Old Testament reading is from Genesis 47, verses 13 through 31, and Genesis 48. Genesis 47:13. Now there was no food in all the land, for the famine was very severe. And the land of Egypt languished with the land of Canaan on account of the famine. And Joseph collected all the money found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan in exchange for the grain that they were buying. And Joseph brought the money into the house of Pharaoh. And when the money was spent in the land of Egypt and from the land of Canaan, all of Egypt came to Joseph, saying, "Give us food. Why should we die before you? For the money is used up." And Joseph said, "Give your livestock, and I will give you food in exchange for your livestock if your money is used up." So they brought their herds to Joseph, and Joseph gave food to them in exchange for horses, their flocks, and their cattle and donkeys. And he provided them with food in exchange for all their livestock that year. When that year ended, they came to him the following year and said to him, "We cannot hide from my lord that our money and our livestock belong to my lord. Nothing remains before my lord except our bodies and our land. Why should we die in front of you, both we and our land? Buy us and our land in exchange for food. Then we and our land will be servants to Pharaoh. Then give us seed, and we shall live and not die, and the land will not become desolate." So Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, for each Egyptian sold his field, for the famine was severe upon them, and the land became Pharaoh's. As for the people, he transferred them to the cities, from one end of the territory of Egypt to the other. Only the land of the priests he did not buy, for there was an allotment for the priest from Pharaoh, and they lived on the allotment that Pharaoh gave to them. Therefore they did not sell their land. And Joseph said to the people, "Look, I have bought you and your land this day for Pharaoh. Here is seed for you, so you can sow the land. And it shall happen that at the harvest you must give 1/5 to Pharaoh, and 4/5 shall be yours, as seed for the field, and for your food, and for those who are in your households, and as food for your little ones." And they said, "You have saved our lives. If we have found favor in the eyes of my Lord, we will be servants to Pharaoh." So Joseph made it a statute unto this day concerning the land of Egypt, 1/5 to Pharaoh. Only the land of the priests alone did not belong to Pharaoh. So Israel settled in the land of Egypt, in the land of Goshen, and they acquired possessions in it, and were fruitful, and multiplied greatly. And Jacob lived in the land of Egypt 17 years. And the days of Jacob, the years of his life, were 147 years. When the time of Israel's death drew near, he called to his son, to Joseph. And he said to him, "If I have found favor in your eyes, please put your hand under my thigh, that you might vow to deal kindly and faithfully with me. Please do not bury me in Egypt, but let me lie with my ancestors. Carry me out of Egypt, and bury me in their burial site." And he said, "I will do according to your word." Then he said, "Swear to me." And he swore to him. Then Israel bowed himself on the head of the bed. And it happened that after these things it was said to Joseph, "Behold, your father is ill." And he took his 2 sons with him, Manasseh and Ephraim. And it was told to Jacob, "Behold, your son Joseph has come to you." Then Israel strengthened himself, and he sat up in the bed. Then Jacob said to Joseph, El Shaddai appeared to me in Luz, in the land of Canaan, and blessed me, and said to me, Behold, I will make you fruitful, and make you numerous, and will make you a company of nations. And I will give this land to your offspring after you as an everlasting possession. And now your 2 sons, who were born to you in the land of Egypt, before my coming to you in Egypt, are mine. Ephraim and Manasseh shall be mine, as Reuben and Simeon are. And your children, whom you father after them, shall be yours. By the name of their brothers they shall be called with respect to their inheritance. As for me, when I came from Paddan Aram, Rachel died to my sorrow in the land of Canaan on the way, when there was still some distance to go to Ephrath. And I buried her there on the way to Ephrath, that is, Bethlehem. When Israel saw the sons of Joseph, he said, Who are these? Then Joseph said to his father, They are my sons, whom God has given me here. And he said, Please bring them to me, that I may bless them. Now the eyes of Israel were dim on account of old age. He was not able to see. So he brought them near to him, and he kissed them and embraced them. And Israel said to Joseph, I did not expect to see your face, and behold, God has also shown me your offspring. Then Joseph removed them from his knees and bowed down with his face to the ground. And Joseph took the 2 of them, Ephraim at his right to the left of Israel, and Manasseh at his left to the right of Israel, and he brought them near to him. And Israel stretched out his right hand and put it on the head of Ephraim. Now he was the younger, and his left hand on the head of Manasseh, crossing his hands, for Manasseh was the firstborn. And he blessed Joseph and said, The God before whom my fathers, Abraham and Isaac, walked, the God who shepherded me all my life until this day, the angel who redeemed me from all evil, may he bless the boys, and through them let my name be perpetuated, and the name of my fathers, Abraham and Isaac, and let them multiply into many in the midst of the earth. When Joseph saw that his father put his right hand on the head of Ephraim, he was displeased, and he took hold of his father's hand to remove it from the head of Ephraim over to the head of Manasseh. And Joseph said to his father, Not so, my father, because this one is the firstborn. Put your right hand upon his head. But his father refused and said, I know, my son, I know. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But his younger brother shall be greater than him, and his offspring shall become a multitude of nations. So he blessed them that day, saying, Through you Israel shall pronounce blessing, saying, May God make you like Ephraim and like Manasseh. So he put Ephraim before Manasseh. And Israel said to Joseph, Behold, I am about to die, but God will be with you and will bring you back to the land of your ancestors. And I have given to you one slope of land rather than your brothers, which I took from the hand of the Amorites by my sword and with my bow. The New Testament reading is from Matthew 16, verses 21 through 28, and then Matthew 17, verses 1 through 13. Matthew 16:21. From that time on, Jesus began to show his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things from the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and be raised on the third day. And Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him, saying, God forbid, Lord, this will never happen to you. But he turned around and said to Peter, Get behind me, Satan. You are a cause for stumbling to me, because you are not intent on the things of God, but the things of people. Then Jesus said to his disciples, If anyone wants to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever wants to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life on account of me will find it. For what will a person be benefited if he gains the whole world but forfeits his life? Or what will a person give in exchange for his life? For the Son of Man is going to come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and at that time he will reward each one according to what he has done. Truly I say to you that there are some of those standing here who will never experience death until they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. Matthew 17. And after 6 days Jesus took along Peter and James and John his brother, and led them up on a high mountain by themselves. And he was transfigured before them, and his face shone like the sun, and his clothing became bright as the light. And behold, Moses and Elijah appeared to them, talking with him. So Peter answered and said to Jesus, Lord, it is good that we are here. If you want, I will make here 3 shelters, one for you, and one for Moses, and one for Elijah. While he was still speaking, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them. And behold, a voice from the cloud said, This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased. Listen to him. And when the disciples heard this, they fell down on their faces and were extremely frightened. And Jesus came and touched them, and said to them, Get up, and do not be afraid. And when they lifted up their eyes, they saw no one except him, Jesus alone. And as they were coming down from the mountain, Jesus commanded them, saying, Tell no one the vision until the Son of Man is raised from the dead. And the disciples asked him, saying, Then why do the scribes say that Elijah must come first? And he answered and said, Elijah indeed is coming, and will restore all things. But I say to you that Elijah has already come, and they did not recognize him, but did with him whatever they wanted. In the same way also the Son of Man is going to suffer at their hands. Then the disciples understood that he had spoken to them about John the Baptist. The wisdom literature reading is from Proverbs chapter 3, verses 1 through 10. Proverbs 3:1. My child, do not forget my instruction, and may your heart guard my commands. For length of days, years of life, and peace they shall add to you. May loyal love and truth not forsake you. Bind them around your neck. Write them upon your heart, and you shall find favor and good sense in the eyes of God and humankind. Trust Yahweh with all your heart. Do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will straighten your paths. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear Yahweh and retreat from evil. There shall be healing for your flesh, and refreshment for your body. Honor Yahweh from your substance, and from the firstfruits of all that will come to you, and your barns shall be full of plenty, and your vats shall burst with new wine. This concludes the reading for day 24. Thank you for listening. These daily readings are made possible by your generous support of the Global Outreach Ministry of Scott Purcell. To partner with us and enable this work and others like it, please visit huttobible.com/give and select Go Pastor Support from the fund list. You can also sign up for ministry updates at scott-purcell.epistle.org/subscribe. Both of those links can be found in the podcast description. Thank you for helping us share God's Word.